Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. The weekend is finally here. So yesterday, I didn't watch any horror movies. I was way too excited over the news of the charges being dropped against Brad and Chris. But there's more to that story, and I'm going to share it in today's video. But tonight I'm going to check out The Strangers. I even think the sequel is better than the first one. But here we are looking at XRP on the 1 hour chart. We're sitting just below 52 cents. And everybody's now saying, watch out for a major black swan event. Other people are saying we need one more shakeout before we actually take off. Other people are not convinced that's going to happen. I would give it a 25% chance that we have a pullback. I still think we're going to go upward from here. There's a lot of good things that can happen in the very near future. XRP go up and not stop. That's what everybody wants to see. I'm sure you all want to see that happen as well. You know, because we've been holding for such a long period of time. And we're going sideways a lot for long periods of time. I remember making videos last year, and I think for like 2 whole months, we barely moved at all. And it was like so frustrating. But now we're at that time. We got clarity for XRP. Now we just wait for the second phase. And this is what I'm talking about right here. So U.S. SEC highlights November 9th as key date in Ripple lawsuit. Despite the dismissal of charges against Ripple's top executives, the U.S. SEC is still likely to pursue a settlement on institutional ruling in the XRP lawsuit. I meant to actually talk about this in yesterday's video, but I was just way too amped up. So the importance of November 9th meeting lies in its role in determining the next steps in this legal battle. During this meeting and conference session, the SEC and Ripple Labs are poised to discuss the potential briefing schedule regarding the pending issue in the case. Specifically, the focus will be on what remedies are appropriate to address Ripple's alleged Section 5 violations related to its institutional sales of XRP. So most likely they will still have to cough up some money. And Brad, I'm sure, doesn't want to do that at all. I mean, they're already out $200 million on this case. But I think maybe they see it, if they see it an amount that they could live with, they're just going to pay it and everybody's going to move forward. Ripple celebrates. SEC eyes faster appeal. Then there's this premature celebration. For now, Ripple and its executives revel in their victory, but some legal experts suggest caution. Lawyer Catherine Kirkpatrick noted that the SEC's voluntary dismissal of the case against Ripple's senior executives might be strategic. By doing so, the SEC can expedite the process to appeal the Ripple decision rather than waiting until the conclusion of the trial scheduled for the late spring. This viewpoint aligns with prior observations by legal experts who believe that the SEC may still appeal, even if not immediately. So I'm waiting to see what Johnny Deaton has to say about this, or Jeremy Hogan. But I think the SEC wants to get out of this case as well. I don't think Gary wants to continue on. I mean, it's not looking good for the SEC either way. Smart money comes in as XRP whales holding 10K to 10 million XRP hits a 2-month accumulation high. So it looks like people are accumulating more and more XRP, which we knew was going to happen, especially now that the charges were dropped against Brad and Chris. You know how many people probably FOMO'd in partway up that green candle? Sure, we only moved a couple of cents, but that's a couple of cents you could have saved per XRP. And you know, I look at it like this. Everybody in this space knows what's going on with XRP. They know it's the future, but some just cannot admit it. And we see that all the time. Expert explains why XRP haters get shocked each time Ripple and XRP defeat the SEC. It's because they're Bitcoin maxis. They only see Bitcoin. They cannot have a neutral standpoint. They want Ripple to fail. They want XRP to fail. They don't want to see XRP explode in price and leave Bitcoin behind. And I really think that's going to happen in the future. In fact, I think we're going to see a major boom around all of these ISO cryptocurrencies. I think it's going to start in November. Just by anticipation, people are going to want to get in just in case. Because we don't know how that's going to affect the price quite yet. Corrupt Democrat Senator Warren using terrorism as an excuse to attack the crypto industry once again, so she can satisfy her masters on Wall Street. You can't link crypto to terrorism when the U.S. is responsible for financing terrorism within the U.S. and abroad. There's no logic. You know, this all comes down to like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. And they always say Bitcoin. You know why? Because they could sell it to the masses on the mainstream media news. To us in crypto, we could care less what she has to say. We know we're holding the future, but the masses, the people outside of crypto, will not get into crypto because the mainstream media news will paint a narrative that crypto is no good. But you know, at the end of the day, every single person will be buying crypto. It's just a matter of time. But that's why she does it. She thinks people still believe her rhetoric. Check out Brad Garlinghouse talking about XRP use cases. He even mentions that there's a place for Bitcoin. Take a listen to this.
Validator network is not controlled by Ripple. We're clearly an interested party in that. We own a lot of XRP. And we think XRP is extremely efficient for many use cases. Not all use cases. We definitely are not maximalists in that we think that there's a place for Bitcoin. There's a place for a lot of other tokens and different use cases. But Ripple at its core is an enterprise infrastructure company focused on blockchain. We started with a use case around payments. We have now expanded beyond that. We introduced a product prior to the Medico acquisition called Liquidity Hub, focused on managing and sourcing liquidity across the digital asset ecosystem. With the Medico acquisition earlier this year, we're obviously expanding in custody. And we see ourselves expanding to other use cases focused on that infrastructure side at the enterprise level, really going after financial institutions, enterprises. And we're really pleased about where we sit there. We certainly think we have a ways to go, but I think.
So he even says we're not maximalists, and he sees a place for Bitcoin. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Bitcoin. I just hate the fact that the maxis can't see beyond Bitcoin. So they get a lot of new retail investors to sink their money into Bitcoin. And there's nothing there for them, really. You know, most people can't even buy one whole Bitcoin. It's better for them to come and invest in utility. They will get much better gains in the future. But I also like the way that Brad says there's many more use cases, and they're going in so many different directions. Ripple's becoming well-rounded, and at the same time, XRP is becoming a well-rounded cryptocurrency. Tokenization is going to be one of the key ingredients to really push the price of XRP in the future. Anybody that's focused on market cap and previous cycles, once we get into tokenization, you could throw that right out the window, because guess what? It's not going to pertain to the price of XRP in any way, because tokenization is absolutely massive. And at the same time, right now, Christine Lagarde is pushing full steam ahead with the digital euro. But take a listen to what she says here, and let me know if you believe what she says.
The digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash.
Remember I said even if they came out with the digital dollar, we're going to see the digital dollar and cash run parallel, side by side, for a period of time. I think that's what she's pushing for, even over in the EU. Because think about it, it's easy to sell it to people then. People will say, okay, we could get on board with that. But then later, all of a sudden, they start to phase cash out. And that's why I always said, in the future, we're going to become the new rich. But at the same time, we're going to see a lot of millionaires become the new poor. Because there's millionaires out there that I've talked to in the past, and I tell them at some point, you know, paper money is going to go digital. And the first thing they say, not in my lifetime. Or they always say, I will never switch to digital. So what will happen is we will have a period where you have to turn over your cash and convert it to digital dollars. But most people will still not comply. And all of a sudden, their money will become worthless. And I think it's going to become worthless in other ways as well. Maybe not invested in the right way. Who knows what's going to happen with the stock market once crypto really rises? I mean, we don't know if that's going to plummet, if it's going to rise up with crypto. Nobody really knows, because a lot of money can leave the stock market and move into crypto as well. Once you see people on Wall Street, they're going to be like, wow, look at these cryptocurrencies popping off. Pull all the money out of these stocks and get it into crypto as soon as possible. I could see that happening at some point. But, you know, we will become the new rich. Sure, right now, most of us struggle paycheck to paycheck. But, you know, at some point, that will all end because we invested in the right way. We had a vision. That's what got us here. And if you look at the vision and how it's evolving, it's all becoming fact now. And as it continues to become fact, all of a sudden, it will reflect in the price of XRP. And you know, Ripple is going to be moving the digital euro. Brad has always had a seat at the table. That's all the way back in 2019, and there's Christine Lagarde. And you know they probably talk even still today. You know that Christine Lagarde sees Ripple as the best option to move money cross borders. And now we know that XRP can also be used domestically. Within Ripple, documentation shows JP Morgan is connected to on-demand liquidity. JP Morgan, November 2023 target date. JP Morgan is 50% of ISO 222 CBPR traffic. And you know, if you can't beat a company like Ripple and you're JP Morgan, what do you do next? You join them. This way you stay relevant. And I think that's what's going on with JP Morgan. As far as BlackRock, I could care less if BlackRock got involved with XRP or not. Honestly, I only see them manipulating the market going forward, even around Bitcoin. But, you know, we are at a time where things are starting to come together. And now we're just waiting for that settlement to happen. I think that could be the next catalyst to push XRP even higher. Or who knows, maybe over the weekend, we will hit some much higher numbers. Anything can happen inside of crypto, and nobody could call this market 100%. Until then, let's stay patient and stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.